Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's block is Gingham, and so actually I filmed this whole video and then I realized my camera didn't have any sound. So we're going to do it again. So this one is for my quilt I'm making. These squares are 2 7/8. Tricky to work with, but I made it work. But the one I'm going to do on film here is 2.5 inches. Squares. I cut strips and I sewed them together. So you'll have a set like this and then a set like this. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these together. I just wanted to show you the before and after. And I do have, for those of you that notice, I'm not wearing the brace. I do have, see this red mark here? I went and got therapy on it, and they put tape on it and it tore up my skin. So now I have a big brace that I wear to hold it steady, but I took it off just for the purpose of the video. So we're just gonna do a little bit off camera. I'm going to turn the camera off and I am going to sew these together. So we'll have two that look like that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I didn't explain that very well, so I'm going to start over. You would need, if you were doing patches, you would need 12 of your stripe color here, or my stripe color, 4 of the white, and 9 of the flowered. What I did was, because they were all the same, is I had a fat eighth of it, so I just cut that off. I cut 5 of this one, 2 of the white, and 3 of the flowered, just to make the separate rows. Now I'm going to have some left over because I don't need all this. However, when I did the other one, it came out perfect. So these are 2.5. So now I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to trim off. I'm actually going to start over here because I'm going to trim off. Oh, I'm going to start here. I want this edge straight. So I'm going to line it up here. Actually, they all should match up. Every 2 inches here in the middle should line up on your stitch lines. And I'm just going to I can't put a lot of pressure on it. So it turns out I have what's called dequare veins. And it hurts. So I'm going to cut 2 of this one. I need 2 of this row. So I'm going to flip it around. This ruler is 2.5 inches. So I just have to line it up on the edge. And cut 2 of them. So I think this little one I'm going to make, I don't know how I got it off. I'm going to make a centerpiece for my kitchen table. I've done something here. Most likely because my hand doesn't like me anymore. So I just cut it off. I'm going to spin it around and trim off this other side. I have extra, so it'll be alright. Okay. So there's 2 of those. This is extra. I'm sure I'll use it for something. Since you all probably don't want to watch me struggle, I'm going to pause the video and cut these other 2 I'm going to cut 3 from this one real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I cut 3 of that. This is all I had left of that one. But again, we'll use it in something. So now you'll have 3 of the flowered one and 2 with the white. And of course they all have the stripes. So now we're just going to lay them out. Now when I ironed those, I made sure each one was all going the same way. So it really didn't matter as long as all of them were going the same way, because then I could lay them out however I needed to make them go opposite for them to nest. So now we're just going to fold this down. And I'm going to pin at every seam. and always at the end. I always like to pin at the end. I'm going to do this one and the next one down because I like to get as much as possible that I can take to the sewing machine. You could do this with all squares, but since it was repetitive, I thought we're just going to do strips. Plus, like I said, I had the fat eighth and it came out perfect for the only one I needed to make. But this will make a cute table topper centerpiece thing. Maybe I'll turn it into a pot holder. They're about the same anyway. Alright, let's go to the sewing machine. And we're going to sew these two just straight down. And we'll do the last one, or the second one rather. Actually, I guess it's the first one. So we're going to cut the first one off and go back over and iron it open and grab to the bottom one. Because the first one, not that it matters, but the first one is actually the second one we pinned. Again, not that it matters. They're the same. So we're going to take this one and just pin it to the bottom. And sew it up, or pin it and then sew it up. All the seams, and if you've sewn your strips together correctly, they should nest beautifully. Ah, look at that. Sad. Came out wrong too. Figures that's where I find that at, right where I'm talking about it. It'll be alright. I'm not redoing it, but if it would bother you, you should absolutely redo it. Let's go sew this up. Oh. And we'll see how that goes. That'll be alright. Let's cut them both off and see what we've got. I'm sorry. Okay, now we will sew these two together. And then we're done. These two together. Alright, let's go sew it up and we're done. Oh, sorry. Cut that off and cut this little starter off. Iron it open. And we're not hooking this one to anything, so it doesn't matter how you iron it. This one, honestly, we're probably hooking it to sashing, but I did iron them all the same way. The back of it looks beautiful. The back of this one does not. See this right here? It'll be alright because I'm going to quilt it, but I guess I could fold all these going down too. So it's the same. And there it is. Again, it is called Gingham. This will look beautiful on my kitchen table with a vase in the middle. Or a pot of something to eat. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But there it is. Again, it's called Gingham. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you make it and love it. And I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.